Most dangerous mountain roads. Hey everyone, it's Alexa again and welcome back to another video. Anytime you're walking, driving, or cycling down the road, you need to be careful. With all the caution you must take daily, imagine traveling through a mountain that's thousands of feet high. Here are some of the most dangerous mountain roads where travelers must stay alert at all times. But before we get into today's video, make sure that you're subscribed and ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Skipper's Canyon, New Zealand. The gold rush in 1862 brought a lot of attention to Skipper's Canyon. At one point in history, there was so much gold that people referred to the river below as the Golden River. Skipper's Canyon is a scenic gorge located a few miles north of Queenstown. Rental car insurance here is not honored, and that's because it's hazardous to travel through Skipper's. Most of the canyon road is one way, complete with steep drops and narrow pathways. You will find no guardrails or paved roads here. Authorities have worked to make it safer over the years, but hundreds of fatalities still happen every year. Apache Trail USA. Traveling to the edge of Phoenix, Arizona takes you to the famous Superstition Mountains. You'll find things like the museum, a ghost town, the legendary Lost Dutchman State Park, and Canyon Lake. Visitors may also travel along the Apache Trail Road, a favorite among hikers, bikers, and photographers. Tourists can take in the best views along this road, but be careful. To trek through this road safely, you need to be hyper-focused on where you're going. There aren't very many guardrails here, and traffic can be dense sometimes. One misstep can send a person or a vehicle slipping down the side. The Fairy Meadows, Pakistan. German climbers named this passage in Pakistan the Fairy Meadows, though locals know it better as Jute. The Fairy Meadows is a grassland near the base camp sites in Pakistan's Diamur district. In 1995, the Pakistani government declared this area a national park. Rocky cliffs and thick alpine forests surround the trail. The Fairy Meadows Road stretches for 10 miles. That's not a very long road, but because it's unpaved and has not been under proper maintenance, you must proceed with the utmost of caution. There aren't any guardrails here either, seems like a theme, so that's another reason to stay alert. Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. Taiwan's Liwu River cuts through the Taroko Gorge and flows throughout the national park. Above is the mountain route, called Taroko Gorge Road. Its existence is practical for people traveling by vehicle, but the path is narrow and full of blind curves. The width of the road does not leave room for much. Only one bus can drive through at a time. The Taroko Gorge Road is also full of many sharp turns. If you don't want to roll off the side, you need to drive really slow. Check the weather before you sojourn here. The tropical cyclones that pass through Taroko come with 47.2 inches of rainfall. All that water can cause landslides and very slippery roads. Loveland Pass USA. Located in the counties of Clear Creek and Summit, Colorado, Loveland Pass stands 11,990 feet above sea level. The pass is part of the Rocky Mountains and is the fifth highest mountain pass in the state. Its 6.7% grade and steepness makes it difficult for people to plow all the snow away during the wintertime. If you want to visit, it would probably be best to go during a warmer season of the year, as the area is prone to avalanches. However, it is at a relatively high elevation, meaning it's cold all the time, so much so that officials close down the pass often due to dangerous icy conditions. Caucasus Highway, Russia. The Caucasus Highway in Russia is what we call a trunk road. Trunk roads or trunk highways constitute a significant path that usually connects two or more cities, airports, ports, or other important places. It is also known as M29. This road extends from Krasnodar to Chechnya and Dagestan. Most portions of the Caucasus are narrow and carved into the steep mountain slope. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan, China. It's known as the Karakoram Highway, the N35, and the China-Pakistan Friendship Highway. Karakoram is located from the Punjab province of Pakistan, which then crosses into China to become the China National Highway 314. Experts call Karakoram Highway one of the greatest engineering achievements of the 20th century. Still, don't take that to mean that it's perfectly safe. Landslides and floods happen often here. Some parts in Pakistan remain unpaved. It sets the record for the highest international border in the world at an elevation of 16,000 feet. Kolyma Highway, Russia. The Kolyma Highway is part of the M56 route through the Russian Far East. Also known as R504, the Kolyma Highway connects the port town of Magadan to the urban locality of Nizhny Bestia. Interestingly, people say that the best time to travel on the road is during the winter, when ice covers everything. The coldness helps strengthen ice bridges over the rivers. Once April comes around, the ice melts, not altogether, but enough to make those passes unsafe. Aside from the landscape, the region the highway passes through is a lawless, remote place. If you run into some unsavory folks, there won't be anyone to help you out. Zojila, Kashmir. Zojila, or the Sochi Pass, spans for a length of 5.6 miles. It is the highest mountain range in the world, with an elevation of 11,575 feet. It is subject to rough weather like heavy rain, snow, and powerful winds. Zojila Pass is in the western Himalayan mountain range in Kashmir. Like many other mountain roads on this list, there aren't any guardrails, and it's unpaved. Last year, the government approved of a tunnel project to make it faster to cross Zojila from 3 hours to 15 minutes. Cotopaxi Volcano Route, Ecuador. Cotopaxi Volcano is both the most famous and most active volcano in South America. It sits at an elevation of 19,347 feet, making it the second highest summit in Ecuador. From the capital city of Quito, you can spot Cotopaxi in the distance on a clear day. To add to Cotopaxi's long list of what makes it cool, Cotopaxi is part of the volcano chain known as the Pacific Ring of Fire. It also serves as a tourist attraction with 100 climbers visiting every weekend. The route connects the Pan-American Highway to the Cotopaxi National Park, extending for 25 miles. There are many slippery slopes to be encountered here, as well as a mighty stream with no bridge. The flow causes a lot of flash floods, and you have no choice but to drive through it when it happens. Remember how we said it's an active volcano? Watch out for possible eruptions of ash and steam, too. Los Caracoles Pass, Chile. Los Caracoles Pass, also known as Ruta 6, is the most beautiful part of the road. Chile named it Los Caracoles, or the snails, because of its twisting pathways. While the sights are beautiful, the pass also includes over 20 hairpin turns and a steep climb. Even with those dangers at hand, the government regularly maintains the roads, making it safer than it would be. Hana Highway, Hawaii. Within Hawaii's routes 36 and 360 is Hana Road, connecting the town of Kahului to Hana in East Maui. The Hana Highway runs for 64.6 miles. The path is known to be very winding, passing over 59 bridges, with most of them being only one lane. The highway is one of Maui's top tourist attractions, and you can attribute that to the fact that there are many waterfalls, lush greenery, and other natural formations to see along the way. Be careful of landslides and the keep out areas where no one is allowed to trespass. Khardung La, Jammu-Kashmir. This pass acts as the gateway to the Shyok and Nubra valleys of India. Khardung La measures 24.2 miles and rises to an elevation of 17,582 feet. Though many of the souvenir shops along the way will tell you it is the world's highest motorable pass, this is false. Still, that doesn't mean Khardung La is or was any less important. It holds a lot of historical weight, being the route taken in World War II for the safe transfer of war materials to China. It is one of the tallest passes in the world, and if you're not alert of what is ahead of you at all times, a fatal fall is just one misstep away. 99 Bend Road to Heaven, China. Tianmen Mountain is located in the northwestern region of Hunan Province of China. Tianmen means heaven's fate in Chinese and is named such because of the immense height that makes it appear like it is touching heaven. With an elevation of 4,982 feet, the nomenclature makes sense. One of the most popular ways to view the rocky formation is via cable car that China installed in 2005. However, you can also ride a vehicle through its treacherous cliff path that bends and turns up the mountainside. The road is known as 99 Bending Road, which takes visitors up 6.8 miles into a cave at 431 feet up Tianmen. Stelvio Pass, Italy. If you want to ride along the Stelvio Pass, you'll have to wait until the second half of May when Italy actually opens it up. The pass links Lombardy, Italy to Switzerland and the South Tyrol. It is considered the highest metalled mountain road in Europe. Many battles during World War I took place here, and historians have found old war artifacts along this part of the Eastern Alps. It has an elevation of 9,045 feet above sea level, making it the second highest paved mountain pass in the Alps. Guoliang Tunnel, China. Located in the Taihang Mountains of Henan, China, this tunnel acts as a link to the Guoliang village to the outside world. Guoliang sits in the middle of a valley named after a fugitive rebel that lived during the Han Dynasty. The mountains made it difficult for anyone to travel here, as well as prevented villagers from leaving quickly. In 1972, a group of villagers devised a plan to carve a road into the mountain. To gain money to fund this project, they sold their livestock. They did not have money or access to power tools, so the people had to use hammers and chisels to cut through the rock. Ever since the tunnel's creation, it and the town have become tourist attractions. If you're afraid of heights, you're probably reeling right now. Before we get to the scariest mountain road in the world, we've got a question for you. What is the most dangerous activity you would be willing to do? Is it skydiving, bungee jumping, riding a bike through one of these roads? Let us know in the comments below. 1. Yungas Road, Bolivia. In 1930, Yungas Road was built as left-hand so that drivers could better determine how far away they were from the edge. Still, it isn't nicknamed Death Road for nothing. Yungas Road is located in the Yungas region of Bolivia and was built to link this area to the city of La Paz. This cycle route measures 37.2 miles and has 11,482 feet of descent. It's dangerous because of its narrow track and steep slopes. In combination with a thick fog and heavy rain, riding through here means you don't mind playing with your life. Over 25,000 tourists visit this route every year, helping bring in a lot of tourist traffic to La Paz. Since 1988, there have been at least 18 cyclist fatalities.